Welcome back to another video, everyone. And we're going to have a look at Flare Ultra X-Men Wolverine. I'm lucky enough that I have an original packet here. Well, an empty packet. So Flare Ultra X-Men Wolverine. As you can see, there was 8 cards in there. We've got a nice picture of Wolverine there. And unfortunately, I've got the full set, but I don't have any inserts. But as you can see here, Holo Flash was 1 in 4, and Mirage Morph Motion cards were 1 in 24, so 1 per box. So, like, I'm from Australia, and this was a very, like, growing up collecting a lot of cards, especially basketball and Marvel related cards. I actually never seen any boxes or packets of this for sale, and I'm a huge Wolverine fan, and if I saw these as a kid, I would have bought them up straight away, but I never saw it. And I managed to pick this up, believe it or not, a few years ago at just like this knick-knack shop, and they had it for $30, the whole set. So I was absolutely stoked when I found it, because just never found it in Australia. So yeah, got some nice artwork, and we got Wolverine as Weapon X, Sabretooth, Maverick, Wolverine versus Shiva, Kane, Silver Fox, Deadpool. So some really nice artwork. And what's really nice about this set is at the back it kind of makes an image, kind of like you can draw them all together and it makes an image. And here you got, we got Wolverine, and he's got his bone claws, and you got Spiral there, and Cyber. So it's all bits and pieces of comic books, which is really cool. So we'll go to the next page. And yeah, we've got, looks like we've got a bit of Alpha Flight here, Department H, Alpha Flight. So Puck and Sasquatch and Shaman and Snowbird. And like, I've got a lot of these Marvel cards, and there's some characters like you don't see much cards of, like for example of Snowbird and North Star, and even Shaman. Like, you don't really see many cards of them in the Marvel collection, so it's really nice to have some of them here. And this reminds me of that episode on the cartoon when Wolverine is kind of has a quarrel with Alpha Flight. They want him back, but they want to take the Canadian government want to take his adamantium and all that kind of thing. So that was a good episode. So it reminds me of that, when Wolverine actually was fighting his former friends. All right, let's have a look at the back. What's happening here? We've got a bit of the X-Men there. So yeah, we've got Mojo there as well. And alright, what have we got here? Looks like we've got some of the X-Men here. Second Genesis. And that's another, you don't see much of Krakoa, that mutant island. You don't see much of that until recently with X-Men House and Powers of M, or whatever it is. So you've got some Thunderbird and Cyclops, and they're more like in their 80s gear there, Cyclops and Storm. Got Banshee, Sunfire, so really cool set. Wolverine's got so many allies and enemies, and again we've got Wolverine here with his bone claws. Yeah, got Jean there. Pretty cool. got Wolverine here. It looks like when he was spending some time in Japan. Like Silver Samurai, Lady Deathstrike. That's a great piece of artwork there. Good villain. So yeah, pretty cool. Really nice artwork here with the Japanese style and villains and allies and so forth. What we got here? We got again, looks like Mojo World. Yeah, we've got Long Shot, Spiral again. It's pretty cool. And we've got some of allies, so Venom, Ghost Rider, Black Widow, Punisher. So Wolverine with his allies. And what's going on there? We've got what? Maverick. What's that? Brood? The Brood there, looks like. I'm not too sure. Really nice set. We've got some more guys here. Geist, Razor Fist. That's a pretty obscure kind of character. It's a Mad Rapport. Some more artwork here at the back. Looks like a continuing kind of story, I think, from like the back. I wonder if I like piece it all together, if it makes an actual story. It probably does, like a comic. What's this, Mojo World? This is when Mojo had like baby versions of the X-Men. Love Mojo World, Spiral, Mojo, Dazzler. Got Mystique there as well. Really cool. Yeah, I think it's a continuation. But you got so many good characters. You got Deadpool there now, and you got them turning into babies. Yeah, with his bone claws. Probably before he got his adamantium back. Alright, what are these guys? Are these enemies? Yeah. So Bloodscream, Brood, Sabretooth, Deathbird, Typhol, Mary, Omega Red Albert. So there's some characters here that they haven't made for Marvel Legends, like Bloodscream, Albert, even Brood. So we've got a continuation of the story here. It's not a large set, this one. I think it's about 100 cards. We'll see once we get to the checklist. And here we've got X-Men, Wolverine versus Magneto, Rogue. I like that. I love what I've seen Wolverine with Jubilee. Always reminds me of the cartoon. Bishop, Gambit, all the X-Men goodness. Looks like mainly more blue team. Continuation there of the comic. Age of Apocalypse. Yeah, Age of Apocalypse. And what I really like here is they actually show when Weapon X, as he's called in Age of Apocalypse, when he's fighting Cyclops, because he actually rips out Cyclops's one of his eyes, and then Cyclops actually severs one of his hands, so he ends up having this kind of gun or like this other like metal claw thing that he attaches to his hand, and obviously he's, you know, lovers with Jean Grey. And like the Age of Apocalypse is a pretty good story. I enjoyed it. And we've got Wolverine just kicking Omega Red's ass there, and pretty cool. So here, what do we got here? Savage Beasts, Wolverine with Elektra, Cannonball, Deadbolt, Dirtnap. There's some characters that I'm not too familiar with here. Yeah, it's about 100 card set, and that's it really. That's just the checklist. So we can have a look to see who were the inserts anyway. So the Hollow Flash there, you got the characters there, and obviously Mirage. There's only like only 3 of them. So anyway. Sorry I had to show it in this kind of form because it just doesn't work with the folder with all the glare. So yeah, let me know if you guys own this one or collected the Wolverine set of Flare Ultra. It's one of my favorites. I'm a huge fan of Wolverine, and yeah, I just wish like they could do like one for X23, all new Wolverine, a collection like this for her. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, they don't make them like they did in the 90s, the cards. So hope this may have brought back some memories or shown some interest. So I'll see you all next time.